Okay, and we are live. First off, hashtag F1RST first. I'm joined by our Mr. Saturday, the Pedro.
Hello,
And we are at Baku,
Baku. Yes.
which we love to watch and not be a part of and race on the track ever again for another year. For anyone who knows,
I
our
think
pre-compete,
yesterday's race completely proves that.
I think that has left scars, that race.
Oh, definitely.
But yes, we are back after a month. Obviously, Sarah looks a little bit different today, so hello, Pedro.
Hello.
Oh dear, we've got a good little team going. Alright, we are ready to go with the actual race, which is, it's obviously been a sprint weekend, to which Perez won, so are we going to see the same again today? What's your thoughts, Pedro, as they come up to the
Well,
grid?
I think it's likely because, as we know, Ferrari isn't their race pace isn't very strong just because of the tire degradation. And if I'm not mistaken, I've seen a stat that apparently Max, with his side pod damage, was losing half a tenth to Leclerc in Sector 2 alone. So um, that is looking promising for Red Bull.
Yeah.
Because he was still being able to keep up with Charles. So yeah, but let's see. Anything can happen. So
Oh, as we've
let's
got
see.
two starting from the pit lane, of course.
Yeah, Ocon and Hulkenberg are starting from the pit lane today. Oh, okay.
Okay, straight into the race. I think, yeah, Leclerc's actually going to make it through, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much as we expected, isn't it, so far?
Yeah. This is not too much surprise about it.
Hamilton definitely trying to hold back the Aston Martins.
Yeah, those Aston Martins really weren't able to showcase their pace a lot during qualifying for this race because of their DRS issues.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Got...
curious to see what sort of pace they'll have in the race, considering they're particularly strong in that aspect.
Yeah, it's going to be it is a long race round here, so long pace is going to be absolutely key.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, yellow flag, sector 1.
Sector 1.
That's really quite far from where they are.
I wonder what happened because it's still on. Oh, okay, so they cleared it.
Yeah, just a bit of debris. That's not too bad then. Depends on what it is, I suppose.
Yeah. Were you able to catch up on the sprint race yesterday?
Yeah, watched it.
Then what did you think of it? Like, just the format itself and all that?
Yeah, a little bit underwhelming all in all. Some tracks don't suit sprint races. This appears to be one of them.
Yeah. I think it's just a really long and complex track.
It is.
Certain parts.
And 2 laps before we have access to DRS, by the way. So at the end of next lap, or beginning of next lap, when we have it.
Yeah.
And Perez and Verstappen is looking racy.
They are indeed.
Sainz has been looking a bit off the pace this weekend, hasn't he?
Yeah, he also mentioned that he wasn't too comfortable with the car, and obviously he said that the lack of practice also didn't help him. And he pretty much just wasted 2 sets of soft tires in Q1 as well. So he was saying that it wasn't a good weekend for him, but he managed to salvage something with that P4. Let's see what he can do today. Saying that he's already almost 3 seconds behind Checo. So. Oh no, sorry, that's the gap to the leader.
That's alright, we got it. It's alright. It's more. I think I still got PTSD from last night with this track every time I see a corner. I managed to replicate the Leclerc "I'm stupid" crash.
I still need to go back and watch it. See how good of a recreation that was.
Well, it was very accurate. I literally looked at the chat to say hello to Liam, looked back, and I was basically in the wall. I was like, oh dear.
Okay, so the RS is enabled now.
Okay, now we wait for Verstappen to be in the lead. I am surprised to see the turn of pace from Ferrari, though. I mean, getting up from where they were to pole position is an incredible step.
Yeah, they seem to be a lot hit and miss in the last few races, and it's good to see them back with some sort of pace being shown. So that they keep this trend for the rest of the season.
We can hope.
Especially considering that at some point, Red Bull will have to finish their car development for the season due to the sanctions.
Yeah.
Obviously, they just need to maximize as many opportunities. They have to score a good amount of points. So, let's see.
Well, they've got to do their best.
How about with the IC moving through?
Ooh.
Say that McLaren is obviously still not where I think the team wants it to be, but it's definitely an improvement from previous events. Okay, so that easy pass from the RS.
Yeah, can't say I'm surprised to see Verstappen get past Leclerc to the point it's inevitable, isn't it? He is in fact Thanos at this point.
Yeah. And all of this, and the DRS zone was shortened by 100 meters this season.
Well,
Hulkenberg and Ocon haven't made any moves yet.
No, not yet. But they started obviously from the pit lane. They're going to be doing their thing. They're going to be on hard tyres. They're going to be going potentially a lot longer than the people around them.
Yeah. I've seen that apparently the suggested strategies was to start on the medium, on the hards, and go for, I think it was 34 laps, and then the rest of it on the mediums.
Yeah.
And the other way around, obviously, but haven't even considered the soft tires.
Oh, there's a lot of debris on the track.
Oh yeah.
I think Hamilton collected that.
A yogurt.
Yeah.
A yogurt box on there.
Yeah. I think that
one
Hamilton
of the cars just went
it.
over it.
It's not something you see all that often on F1 tracks these days. I mean, you see plastic bags and whatnot, but not an actual can or bottle or something.
Yeah, that's true actually. Checo is getting close to Leclerc now.
Yeah, he's definitely closing in. I'm surprised that Max is still within DRS, although he might not be now, of Verstappen.
He might still be doing some management, and the Ferrari seemed particularly strong in the on the traction, like just out of the corners with traction. So up until the point they reach the straights, kind of balances itself out. Yeah, Perez should be making a move soon.
Yeah, he's definitely close enough now. Half a second, yeah, easy. No DRS for Charles. Too easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing he could have done there.
No,
Charles' best chance.
Yeah, can Ferrari get back
sorry.
in this race? I don't know about you, but I'm not feeling it.
I don't know either, to be fair. Wait, Gasly has pitted.
That could be for debris or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, Leclerc could try and play this tactically and try to stay within Checo's DRS to save tires, which then again is easier said than done.
Yeah.
Or they need to come up with some sort of strategic masterclass, which, considering it's Ferrari, doesn't usually end up happening.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why I have that redeem meme about it now. Oh, okay. Interesting message from Stroll there. Yeah, I actually missed what he actually said. What was it?
He said, "I'm not going to attack Fernando. We are playing the same game now," or something along these lines. They're just gonna try and help each other out.
I can only imagine he thinks he's in Hamilton's DRS train, but he's not.
He's not, yeah. I was gonna say, what is Alonso saying? They're probably just letting him know what Stroll said or something.
Okay, so yeah, the Astons look like they might be going after Hamilton. Russell looks like he's up a couple of positions.
Yeah. Bottas has pitted as well now.
After lap 7?
Yeah, he was on the mediums.
That is super early.
He's going to go on the hards, yeah. That's odd to see him and Gasly pitting this early into the race. I don't really know what happened. I mean, I know that Alfa Romeo don't necessarily have a good car for this season, but
7 laps.
Valtteri has dropped off a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah. They're in that weird limbo position where they are waiting to be bought by another team and have investment. They get this every 3 or 4 years. It's one of the teams I'm always most disappointed with. They have the most promise for what their size is, but they never deliver.
Yeah. Seems to be always like that. Like, they had a really good car in the start of last season, and then after the summer break, they scored less points than Williams. So, I think they scored like 2 points, and considering they scored something, I'm not really sure if it was 37 at the beginning. It was shocking to see. Right, Checo in the fastest lap, and I saw a car going into the pits. So Williams, it's Albon pitting.
Yeah, this is really early for the medium tyres.
Yeah.
I can only hope that maybe they are hoping for an early safety car,
Perhaps.
or the tyres are just melting.
Yeah.
I mean, they only have
Saying that, let
access
me
to one set
actually
of hard
check
tyres,
the
don't they,
track
for
then.
this race?
Hmm.
Maybe maybe the high fuel load is just shredding the tyres.
Possibly. The tire temperature seems to be higher than it was on the previous sessions as well, which doesn't help. Let me actually check that. So it's 25 degrees on my air temp, but track temperature is 41.7. Not really sure how that compares with what we saw in other sessions, but I'd assume that it will also have something to do with this, what we are seeing right now.
Okay, who's that in? Sonoda now. Everyone's going to that hard tyre.
Oh.
I mean, it's just, to me, it just says that the mediums are just dying. I mean, you probably look at the soft tyres for like 2 or 3 laps then, with this fuel load.
Possibly. Oh, so I think who pitted was Tsunoda, Piastri, and Sargent.
Hamilton has fallen back into Alonso.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hamilton came in this lap.
Yeah.
Rather than be passed by Fernando.
Yeah, Mercedes pit crew is ready. I think it's actually going to be Hamilton pitting.
Hope someone picks up that phone. Because I freaking called it.
Called it.
Yeah, rather than be passed by Fernando, I'll pit. If anyone's got any sense, they might try and preserve the medium tyres and go a bit longer. Because it looks like this is going to be a 2 or even 3 stop race at this point. Perez has moved to within a second of Verstappen. Ooh.
Sorry? Okay, so
we might have a fight for the lead.
Oh yeah, Perez is closing in. Quite
this
quickly.
Could get interesting. Told you, come in.
But I'm not entirely sure. But I think I also saw Russell's pit crew getting ready.
Norris is in as well. I think we've got a yellow flag out on track somewhere. Oh no, it's gone.
Good pit stop for McLaren. 2.3. Okay.
Oh, Hamilton right out into traffic.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Have they pitted? Have they all pitted? Where is he? He's 13th.
Not all of them.
Hulk hasn't. Ocon hasn't. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, Magnussen is pitting now. But I think from like Hulkenberg upwards, no one has pitted yet.
I've got a feeling Magnussen's had an issue or just been piled down the order.
Flag. Yellow flag sectors 1 and 2. De Vries is falling down the order. Oh.
And one of them's gone down the escape road.
What happened there?
Oh.
It just seems to be stuck. Oh. Verstappen is pitting.
Well, the engine's still running, I think. Okay, so if we now get a safety car here, this is going to benefit Checo.
Yes. definitely it will. Yeah, it will just give him the free pit stop. He's probably looking for.
I think De Vries is still stuck
Oh,
on track.
safety car. Safety car right now.
Yep.
Okay. Hmm.
So okay, so that is great for Perez, the Ferraris, the Astons, and
Yes.
Russell.
The Astons. Yeah.
Do you think that the teams react both too fast and too slow for the on-track action these days? Because I think seeing De Vries off there, Verstappen's crew has reacted
Hmm.
too fast. Or they've just
Yeah.
ignored it. Ah, hang on, De Vries. You can see his left wheel is on the skew. He's hit the
Yeah.
wall. Yeah,
Yeah. I
he's...
really wanted to check out the footage from the crash. But then again, as you say, like sometimes this is just having to make a decision in such a short amount of time isn't easy
Yeah,
at times. And in that
absolutely.
case, like even if the safety car was called out, like I just think they were already expecting the safety car to be out, and if they made the call a little bit too late, Max would have probably need to go and do another lap around the track, and then it would cause a double stack, which probably wasn't the ideal scenario. So this is kind of, in a way, like a compromise solution.
Yeah, I mean, it's all compromised at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
I think, particularly the Ferraris and the Astons, for a change, not reacting has helped them.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, you wait until the safety car is called rather than preempt it.
They're gonna double stack.
I think Hamilton will end up more or less where he... Well, no, he won't. He'll end up behind the Ferraris and the Astons, but he'll scoot up once Joe Ocon Hulkenberg pit.
Hmm.
But I bet the Ferraris and the Astons are laughing their asses off.
Yeah. Oh.
Because
Oh,
we have
that
to
was
double
close.
stack. You have to double stack the... Oh, Christ, Perez nearly hit Leclerc. So it's a
That was
double
close,
stack,
wasn't it?
double stack for Ferrari and Aston.
Oh, that was a good pit stop from. Oh, is that both Fastons being side by side?
No,
Oh no,
it
it's the
is...
Mercedes.
who is that?
The Mercedes.
Okay, so that's Russell.
Okay, Alonso.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, Stroll's lost a
Oh,
bit of time because he's had to wait for
yeah.
Alonso.
Oh, and even Alonso's pit stop wasn't quick.
No, 4.7.
4.7. Yeah, the pit stops actually it costs Stroll a position.
Okay.
Oh, Zhou is pitting. Okay, still in a good position. Yes.
It's game on.
Mm. Yeah, the car is still out there. I'd really like to have a look at the replay of what happened. Checo is just trying to bump draft the safety car, so it seems.
Okay. Apparently it's track temperature 41 degrees, by the way.
Yes, I was saying I think it was 41.7. It's 41 degrees now, yeah. So it actually cooled down a bit.
The day's winding on a bit. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so and the only drivers that haven't pitted being Ocon and Hulkenberg, but obviously they started on the hard tires. So they'd want to stay on those tires for as long as possible. Okay.
Okay, a little pit lane battle there. That gives Sarah PTSD after yesterday. Yeah, was that an unsafe release from the Red Bull?
Yeah, I was wondering that because it definitely looked like it was just way too close
That's
for
an unsafe
comfort.
release. That Leclerc had to brake. That could be a
Oh.
penalty.
Oh.
That's not me being a Ferrari fanboy. That is genuinely, you can see Leclerc is hitting the brakes.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, he did lock up there. Mm.
But as a counterpoint, you will say that the Red Bull team will say that Leclerc's always going to brake like that going into his pit box because you don't need those tyres anymore. So we'll
Yeah,
see what happens.
possibly.
Absolutely everybody onto hard tyres now.
Bottas is pitting. Didn't he pit before?
He pitted like lap 7 or something, didn't he?
Let me check. It's just so weird.
Yeah, I've got the live timing up as well, and you can tell this is pretty good because you can tell how long they've been on those tyres. Ocon and Hulkenberg
Yeah,
still haven't pitted.
Yeah, Ocon and Hulkenberg are the only two who haven't pitted. And yeah, Bottas went from mediums to hards. And now he's going to another set of hards.
I'm surprised he actually has another set of hards. I suppose they have got one from practice and whatnot.
Yeah, but still, why would he go to another set of hard tires? He hasn't even
Might have
done
flat
that
spotted
many
them.
laps on them.
It's possible he could have flat spotted them. Puncher. I'm only theorising.
Yeah, those are the only reasons why that seemed plausible for that to be. Strange nonetheless.
Absolutely. Okay, so Verstappen lost out quite badly with that one. He dropped 2 places, all in all. I don't see Sainz being a factor in this race, if I'm honest.
Yes.
Alonso is going to have a lunge at Sainz, I would imagine.
Yeah, I assume so. Especially because he was a bit annoyed that one of the defensive moves from Carlos.
Oh, here comes Leclerc.
Yesterday's
He might go for it.
Oh, wait, I think he might be a little bit. Wait. Yes, my feet was behind.
Oh,
Right.
very wide
Ooh.
Russell. I think we just seen a bit of a front wing come off from someone.
Oh, it might be Joe, as he lost a few places.
Russell's dropping back.
Oh, Verstappen is ahead now. He's behind Checo. Oh, Alonso. Ooh.
Yeah, right
Okay.
up behind. Stroll. No, Stroll. Alonso.
Alonso. That was a move and a half.
I told you he was going to go for a lunge.
That was a move and a half. Okay. Do you reckon he's gonna go for Leclerc next, or is he just
If he
trying
gets
to
a chance.
settle in a little bit and? Because this can be a good opportunity for him if he keeps this momentum.
Okay, it looks like, yeah. The Astons restarted very well there, or at least very aggressively.
Yeah.
It's worth saying, I've just seen on the tracker that this is known as one of the windiest cities in the world, particularly, well, at least in Europe. It's only got a 1 kilometre an hour wind today. Barely anything.
1. I was seeing 4 point something.
1 kilometre an hour. Wow. Okay. Perez is gone. He does not want Verstappen to be in DRS. We're going to see a Red Bull fight. Hamilton takes George. Oh.
Oh,
There's a first.
Hamilton is technically on over tires.
By a lap, yeah.
2 laps, mind you, but
True, I suppose, but one of them being racing laps. So when it comes to the hard tyre, I'm less inclined to say they're older.
yeah, just because they have like such a long range that I agree with you.
Okay, so that's Perez was so close under the rear wing of. No, it's Max. Sorry,
Yeah,
he literally could have changed the rear tyres for Leclerc while he was there.
yeah. And Alonso, that move was brave.
That was brave. That was very forceful. He's showing his younger countrymen how to do it. Oh, Hamilton nearly put in the wall by Russell there.
Ay, 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 ay. Russell started braking so early and left barely any space. Hamilton to place himself. Oh,
Someone had an unsafe
pit
release. I
lane
think that was
incident
Perez.
yeah, unsafe release was noted.
If they give him a
DRS is
penalty,
enabled
it
again.
is another I called it moment.
It's the second one today.
Yep.
Saying that, who's going to win the race then? If you know it.
Verstappen. That's it. Move on. This is one of those. I hope it's not a penalty for Perez because I want to see a race. No further investigation. Okay. It must have been one of those. It was borderline.
Yeah.
I would argue that Red Bull would definitely say he had to slow down and stop there anyway. As in, it didn't lose him any time and all that sort of thing. But that was close. Yeah. That was fairly close.
Yeah, that was close. Wow, those Red Bulls are flying. Leclerc is already 3 seconds behind Max at this point. Or is the graphic wrong?
No, it's 3 seconds. 3.2. And Verstappen setting the fastest lap, of course, at 1:45.6.
Ooh, Stroll. Does he have damage though?
That looks like a bit of debris.
Yeah, from a bit of paint from the wall, I believe.
Git. How has he managed not to take off his track rod ends doing that? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure as well.
They build those Aston strong for Stroll.
Yellow. Oh, yellow flag sector 1 and then immediately green flag. Okay.
That pit lane side by side with Stroll was noted by the stewards.
Yeah. Oh. Quite something. This race so far. I'm just surprised that they haven't shown any footage of what happened to the Vries exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if the camera caught it, or I suppose they'd have it on board, wouldn't they? Yeah, I suspect he's just clunked the left hand the same place that Stroll did.
Yeah. No further investigation on Russell's incident.
Okay, Hamilton's closing in on Stroll.
Yeah,
and the Red Bulls have left Leclerc for dead now.
That was like it's ridiculous.
It's been the same way all year though. That the Ferrari, right, last year particularly, Ferrari was epic in qualifying. Come the race, so hit and miss with a long run pace.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I thought it was something they'd be focusing on for this season, but yeah, apparently it wasn't good enough.
Well, it comes down to two things: tyre life and sort of hybrid power regeneration, doesn't it? Who can do the
Hmm.
most of both?
Yeah, kind of seen Ferrari for a few years just haven't been able to produce a good race car. Just really qualifying pace wise is good, but in the races they don't seem to be as strong as qualifying shows. Ooh, Magnussen there.
Tokyo Drift, baby.
Tokyo
I did
Drift,
that a
yeah.
couple of times last night at that corner. It's worth thinking or mentioning that Leclerc around here for qualifying has had what 2 or 3 pole positions in a row,
Yeah,
including
I
in
believe so.
including in I think it was like 2020 or 21 when the car was not that good. It still got pole.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Leclerc's quick around here.
I think he actually detains the race lap record as well in 2019.
When that was the year that Ferrari had the dog of an engine.
No, 2019 was the last was when it was found out that they had the illegal engine.
So it was 2020. They had the dog of the engine.
2020 was, yeah.
Right.
We didn't even race here in 2020 because of
Yeah.
the pandemic. Just as a curious note, since we're on it in terms of stats, the 5 races that were held here had 5 different winners. So,
Perez won it
will we
last
see
year.
someone repeat become the driver to win more than once around here? You reckon?
Who were the previous winners?
Okay, so the first one was Danny Rick,
Not racing.
then Hamilton, Bottas, Checo, and Verstappen.
Now we're going to have a repeat winner. It's going
Yeah.
to be one of the Red Bulls. So Leclerc's never won here, but he's got...
No.
Okay. Well, if the Red Bulls take each other out, I'm going to bet Alonso.
I mean,
If. I mean, we've seen it before here in 2018 with was it 2017? One of the two with Danny, Rick, and Max.
Max, yeah.
Oh,
That was really close.
I mean, we are literally constantly inches away from another safety car. It's not so much kissing the barrier; it's flirting with death around the barrier, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and that turn 15 is a bit of a moment there for Stroll. Can be costly. I think he's going to lose the position to Hamilton now.
Yep. He's been moving in DRS down the main straight.
Yeah.
Stroll knows what it's like to lose a place around here on the main straight. He lost a second place podium here
didn't
once.
gain much time on him.
Since there's
We see Stroll fight back.
so much thrilling on-track action, I'm going to eat a bit of shortbread.
Nice.
Nom. Okay, so next for Hamilton is signs, which I can see happening quite easily.
Possibly. He's lost control of the rear there.
Ooh, yeah, big overstep of oversteer there. Good save, actually.
Yeah. Suppose he could have easily. Oh!
Oh!
Checo there. Checo getting close to the wall there as well.
The race is on between these two.
Oh,
It is
So Leclerc
100%
is
on.
already, yeah. I just hope there are no team orders involved and that they can actually fight for the win.
Well,
Saying that,
Sergio, Max is faster than you.
then you.
Then you can please confirm that you understood the message. I bet there's going to be 2 words coming back through that helmet, and one of them's going to be off. In whatever order you want to put them in, they mean the same thing.
Oh, Russell is getting close to Stroll.
Yeah, Stroll looks like he's going backwards a bit. Stroll gets a lot of... What's the best way of putting it? Flack for not being a good F1 driver. I actually don't think he's terrible. He's just prone to a lot of mistakes and bad decision making.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. He's inconsistent, but at the end of the day, like, he can just pull off great things, like, out of nowhere.
Turkey in that pole position, I think he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the talent, but yeah, this slide from Perez was cracking.
So close.
But from he's still being beaten by a 42-year-old former world champion from what 17 years ago.
I mean,
Alonso is.
yeah.
If you look at the bare facts, it looks weird.
Yeah. But then again, I think we can both agree that he definitely had the talent to have more championships under his belt by now.
Oh, Alonso, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I wasn't giving Alonso flack there, but he's still technically... I mean, he's been runner-up 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, you would expect, like, a driver of his age just not to be able to, like, just have some sort of a decline in his performance and Stroll to be much closer to him, but...
Yeah. We have to think that Alonso's not at his absolute peak anymore.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, if you give him a sort of car like the one he has now, he'll still perform very well.
What age do we think he can go to, though? I mean, are we thinking, what, 45, 46? 47?
I mean, in F1,
yeah.
Probably, yeah, just, I think if Aston Martin manages to keep on producing a good car every season, and like that pretty much still motivates him to stay. I think, and if the team wants him, obviously, I think he'll want to stay for a few more years.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like racing is just part of him. I think he said multiple times, and you've kind of seen, like, even when he took that break from F1, he was still racing in every sort of category possible. Oh, Castle Cam. I like that.
I am surprised he hasn't tried to do more IndyCar though, but if his heart's still in F1, that's where it lies.
I mean, he did do that first time with McLaren, but then again, McLaren weren't the team that they are now in IndyCar terms.
Yeah.
I think if Alonso jumped into in IndyCar to that McLaren team, I reckon he'd do quite well. Wouldn't say necessarily, not sure if he'd win a race, but he'd definitely do very well for himself.
Depends where he wants to be, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's not an American like Danny Rick.
I still remember that he did with Jenson Button back in 2015 or 16. They were doing the American accent, and it's still quite cringy.
I know. I was going to ignore that one. Hamilton says he's tired to going off, so he's about to set the fastest lap of the race.
Mm-hmm. That's concerning. 13 laps in on the hards, and okay. Oh, Hulkenberg might be going for a move. The back off. Lando is getting close to them.
Lots of mid-pack action, but this after a safety car, that's fairly standard. So Hulkenberg still hasn't pitted.
Neither has Ocon.
Yeah, and they're running 9th and 10th. So they need to go to the medium tyres if they're going to one-stop this, which we've seen some of them
Yeah.
last 7 laps. But Hulkenberg yesterday in the sprint, he fell off the cliff, didn't he? It's not something we see too often these days with Formula 1. He literally reached the cliff and then boom, his pace went.
Yeah. That isn't good on race pace, mainly because of the tire degradation.
Yeah.
Oh, Russell, I think we should consider plan B. Stroll is really struggling with the rear. I don't think he's going to make it to the end.
So they're thinking at least a 2-stop now.
Yeah.
We're not even halfway through yet, and these are the hard tyres.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Russell.
Oh. Still couldn't catch Stroll.
It's something we all do, but I don't know why we do it. We move in the braking zone. It's like, yeah, I'm here. What is the actual point in doing that? It's like the person in front of you is just going to ignore you. You're just putting yourself off at the end of the day. But we all do it.
Gasly is pitted again. Okay. Let me just add, Alpine are having a terrible weekend so far.
They have been very disappointing.
Yeah, Gasly in particular has been plagued with bad luck this weekend. Hamilton is closing in on Sainz.
Yep. He's going to have DRS. I'm disappointed by sort of 2 sets of things at the moment. 1, Alpine, and 2, Sainz.
Yeah. He's not... It really shows that he's not comfortable with the car there. Should be doing better than this.
I'm going to float the idea now. If this is season long for Sainz, how long is his contract? Is it this year or next year as well?
Let me check that actually.
Well, my idea would be maybe Ricciardo to Ferrari.
I mean, that was close to happen at some point, but would they really want to risk going for him?
Well, if they've got one driver that's not performing, Ferrari don't mind making changes, do they? I mean, they got rid of Vettel, who was a 4-time champion.
True. I think it's until the end of 2024.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing. Well, that could be an option because otherwise, I mean, I do know they have some talented drivers on their academy, but I'm not really sure if they're ready yet to go into F1.
How many teams actually promote people from their academy these days? Not many.
Unlikely. I think Red Bull is the one with the highest rate in terms of the drivers that they promote, but very few of them actually make it into the main team. So,
well, the last one was Sonoda, and that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's arguably...
I mean, they could have gone for Lawson this year as well. I think he would have been a worthy candidate of a shot into F1. And Yuri Vips had that incident on a live stream with Lawson, which ruined his career entirely.
Yeah, he said something you shouldn't have, didn't he? He said something...
Yep.
Yeah, I can't remember what he said, but yeah.
I think it was the N word.
Yeah.
So, and then really doesn't have an academy, so not even worth mentioning them.
They are Ferrari's academy.
Technically, yeah, but like we've only seen Mick go there recently.
Yeah, that worked out well. So Ocon and Hulkenberg are kind of like the cork for the rest of the field at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really holding everyone up at the moment. But I'm surprised that none of the drivers behind them has been able to go for a move.
Well, they're only lapping about a second a lap slower than Russell at the moment.
Hmm.
Which is a bit surprising.
Literally everyone is on the hard tires at the moment. And Verstappen is struggling to catch Checo at the moment. But he has a 12-second advantage to Charles at the moment. So.
12. When did that happen?
Yeah, I was wondering the same. Like a few laps ago, it was only like what 4 or 5 seconds.
Okay, that has genuinely surprised me. I mean, ow. Is that Leclerc
Yeah,
just backing off, saving the engine, or is that just genuine pace?
sure, it might be. Could be a bit of both actually. Leclerc might be trying to manage his tires or something, but
Oh, Hulkenberg replay.
well, he probably went close to the wall there.
Oh, he's just tapped the wall
Oh, he touched it. He touched it.
ever so gently.
It's not seeing that much action going on at the moment. It's just everyone seems to have settled in a certain position and created a gap.
Yeah, it's the old gap for heating purposes, or overheating purposes, and dirty air, isn't it?
Yeah,
They'll keep a certain distance apart. We used to see it a lot
yeah,
in the teens, the 2000s.
yeah. In saying that, from like sixth to eighth, there's not much separating them, and also from like 10th downwards.
I am surprised that Norris can't get ahead of Hulkenberg, but I suppose if he hasn't
Yeah,
even got DRS on Ocon, which is just a bit strange. Maybe it's just showing that McLaren's really draggy.
yeah, you can tell that it's still not ideal. I mean, he's lapping almost 5 tenths quicker than Hulkenberg. Oh,
Signs keeping the
plan A
plan
or
A.
plan C? Not even considering plan B. Okay.
Someone else said plan B a minute ago. I think that was Russell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think, okay, pretty sure that Leclerc's tyres have died.
Alonso was catching up to him not too long ago.
I'm surprised Hamilton hasn't closed more in on signs, but if his tyres are showing age, then yeah.
Because Hamilton pitted before them, I believe. Oh no, it was actually in the same lap, wasn't it? That Sainz. I don't remember now. I think it was.
I'm surprised we are seeing Perez and Verstappen separated by 2 seconds, and not
Hmm.
Verstappen harassing him. Frankly,
Yeah.
is his
It's,
championship fight on?
it would be good to see that. Um,
What are the championship positions at the moment? Let's have a look.
let's see. Drivers, drivers.
So driver standings, we got Max on 75, Perez on 62. So if Max were to lose 7 points to Sergio effectively, that would put them 8 points away from each other.
Oh,
9
okay.
or 7 if you say that Perez were to steal the fastest lap,
Mm-hmm.
or 9 if Max
Yeah,
steals it.
definitely game on between those two.
One DNF apart from one either being way ahead or the other overtaking.
Yeah.
I can see he's having a problem with the differential.
Hmm. Oh.
Oh, Max, you don't want to get... That's full-on Tokyo Drift moment close to the wall, isn't it?
Hmm.
You can't get closer than that.
He couldn't have got. Oh my, that was. Oh, that was very. Oh my god, that was so close. Oh. Are we going to see anyone try to, like, anyone from that group, like Ocon, Hulkenberg, Norris, Tsunoda, Piastri, Albon, just trying to go for an undercut?
Ah. Well, we're at the point of the race where the cars are a lot lighter now. The mediums should be able to do 20 laps.
Hmm.
Problem is, I'd imagine a lot of these drivers are thinking they want to stop again, but some of them won't.
Yeah.
I mean, the tyres
Well,
will do the distance. They will do up to 50 laps. At what speed is another
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, that's the question. Alonso is closing in on Leclerc now, and Checo took the fastest lap away from Max.
For the moment.
Alonso was 6 tenths quicker last lap.
If I was a gambling person, I would definitely be thinking Perez pits in about 4 laps and have uber tyres to the end. You'll breeze past Leclerc,
Could be, yeah.
and all he's got to do is just pass Max, who seems to be struggling a little bit. But it's a gamble. But it would definitely give him the fastest lap, presuming that Verstappen doesn't pit on the last lap, or 2 laps to go. Okay, Max with the fastest lap now. They're just trading times now, aren't they?
Yeah, things are getting interesting between those two.
Okay, Alonso is catching up to Charles.
Yeah,
If
surely
Leclerc gets
either
past, he'll
this
pit.
lap or next lap. I think so too. Actually, could be an interesting gamble from Ferrari. Let's be real. They have. Oh, Leclerc is saying that the tire life on the hard is as expected. So do you reckon he might try to go to the end then?
What they mean is as expected. They mean it's as bad as expected. Is it as good as expected?
Yeah, that's.
Is it Plan A or Plan C?
That's what I was trying to figure out as well. Not that he said that.
If he can keep Alonso behind him, he won't pit.
Hmm. Seeing that Alonso lost a bit of time now.
Yeah, he lost about half a second there somewhere. It's like getting in that dirty air and whatnot. Perez takes the fastest lap.
Oh, Max. What happened there? Ooh. Probably touched the wall there. Tapped even. Well. Yeah, he just tapped it.
Well, you can't deny that they are super close to that wall.
Mm-hmm.
Gave the
Has been flirting with the cars at the moment.
Gave the wall a little slap there, didn't he? Naughty wall. The next lap, naughty wall.
Naughty.
Next lap, naughty wall. Next lap, wall. Naughty car, bang.
I'm surprised that I'm still surprised that that group of cars from like 10th to 13th hasn't been able to make a move on whoever. Still in the same positions as they were on the restart, I believe.
Pretty much. The reception of Russell shuffled down a couple, but that's about it.
Yeah. Bottas is really struggling.
When he said he was going to sign for Alfa Romeo, I was like, oh, career over. You know, in terms of results.
Yeah. But I don't know, he seems to have dropped off a little bit as well. Like, it doesn't really help that that car isn't good. But...
Yeah.
He's shown glimpses of what he's got like last season, especially at the start, but
qualifying he's more his normal
that.
self. Race, maybe he's never been good at defending, has he?
Yeah. But that's the thing, like even in qualifying, I think Joe is beating him on the head to head. Or they might be matched. So
okay, well, there's not really much going on in this race, if I'm honest. It's not the.
yeah.
It's not a belter, is it?
Mm-hmm. It's just Checo and Max fighting for the lead, then Leclerc 15 seconds behind, and then Alonso, who was closing in on him, but he's now 2.5 seconds behind. Then Sainz on a race of his own, and yeah, just. And in some parts, the drivers are close to each other, but they just can't make a move.
Yeah.
Oh, Checo, what happened here? Oh.
How do they not know? What happened at turn 15? Did you see a vibration on the telemetry? Yes, he hit a wall.
But yeah, so they're actually matched so far. Bottas and Joe on the qualifying, but Bottas was losing up until this weekend. A bit impressed with. Um, Speaking of like qualifying head to head and all of that, Magnussen hasn't been able to beat Hulkenberg in any qualifying session this season, and apparently his seat is at risk at the moment.
Magnussen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at Haas, I think your seat is always at risk if you're not getting pole position in Interlagos. Honestly, they have very little. They're not going to keep a driver on just because.
Mm.
You saw that with Mick. You saw that with Mazepin. Just because you bring money or you're a well-known name, they're not going to keep you. If you're not delivering, or if they can replace you with someone better, they will. Champagne?
Yeah. Mm. The thing is with Mazepin, it was only the war situation that kind of made him leave the team. Otherwise, they'd probably still be stuck with him.
Possibly. Entirely possible.
Yeah, I think it's a bit unfair considering how well he did last season. Even though Mick was beating him in the races, which then again didn't mount up too much because he just wasn't getting the points, or he only started performing well in the car once it got uncompetitive. So,
At the end of the day, Formula
I
One
don't know.
is a business, and then they have to produce.
Yeah.
Right, when are we going to see Hulk and Ocon pit? Are they waiting? Are they goal hanging for a yellow flag?
Possibly, and they might be seeing how Bottas does on the mediums. Might be waiting for some data, because Bottas pitted for mediums. He's the only driver on the mediums, obviously. So it might not give them the best data, but they might still be able to work with it to some extent. So, and again, we are like 15, almost 15 laps till the end. So if they were going to pit, it would have to be either now or next lap maximum. Otherwise, just wouldn't think it's too worth it.
Well, Ocon and Hulk do have to pit. The others,
Yeah.
I've just seen Bottas. I think he took about a second and a half out of Gasly in about half a lap. So, for very least, if you can do that for, say, a second and a half per lap for the next 13, 14 laps, you would catch up the person that that overtakes you during the pits. But it has to be now, not in 5 laps time. Now.
Yeah, it would have to be now. Yeah. Oh, Hamilton is getting close to Carlos there.
Yeah, he's finally caught him after about 15 laps of thinking about it.
That Mercedes just doesn't have the straight line speed.
No. And Alonso's fallen off the back of Leclerc, which is surprising.
Yeah. You reckon he might be managing his tires to try and go to the end, or?
Yeah, Alonso is, definitely. I'm just surprised that Leclerc is. Okay, it looks like Zhou is going to be out. Boxer slap doesn't mean boxer tyres, it means you're out.
Oh, it's not good. I mean, they weren't pretty much racing for anything, for like any points for that, but Yeah, still not good to see. Plagued with. He was plagued with issues last season as well, reliability wise.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much if you're running in about 13th, though, does it?
Mhm. Mhm.
Only really matters if you're running in the top 10. Okay, so Hamilton on signs. It looks like the battle on track at the moment. Stroll isn't far behind them, though.
Hmm.
Nor is Russell. Ocon Hulk, you have to pit now, guys.
Yeah. Surely. They're not pitting.
Unless they go to the soft tyres? Which seems
Yeah, but
like...
like, would that even be worth it? Like, they did all this management, and then
No, it wouldn't be worth it.
they wouldn't have anything to gain from this.
It's got to be this lap or not at all.
Yeah, probably waiting for a safety car, but let's be real, not really sure if that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mercedes are preparing some tires, I believe.
On the fly potential, I would say Russell might pit, go to soft tyres with a couple laps to go. Get the fastest lap. Steal a point.
Possibly.
And there goes Kroon saying the same thing I just said. Yeah, it's going to be now Ocon Hulkenberg pitting. That's what we're looking at, and see which of the top drivers are going to go for fastest lap.
Actually surprised with both Williams cars. They look promising, but they haven't been able to show much, unfortunately.
Yeah, as you said in your watch along for the qualifying and such, they always have a slippery car. But yeah, it doesn't really help if they're not behind someone. I do like how they got kilometres an hour and miles an hour on the dash.
Yeah.
Finally, we don't have to go, we're doing 100 miles an hour. What's that in kilometres?
What's that?
Yeah, Max giving up on the victory. That feels weird, doesn't it?
3.5 seconds behind. To be fair to him, Checo has been I guess you can call him the king of street circuits so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Hulkenberg, Ocon, one of you pit, do something, please.
Yeah, and the best thing it could happen for them was to a safety car to go out at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they're just but they're going to lose a whole bunch of positions when they pit.
Yeah, and the longer they leave it, the less time they're going to have to make it up.
Yeah.
Okay, Hamilton is on the back of Sainz properly now. Half a second.
But that Mercedes, even with the RS, he wasn't able to like get really close to Sainz.
Well, that Merc engine just isn't as strong as it used to be.
Yeah.
I've got to say, the Merc does look good on the sharp corners. He's getting the nose into the corner properly. But
Yeah.
as soon as you go to the straighty bit, bye-bye for the Ferrari.
That Ferrari also seems to be good, like in traction, like out of the corners.
Absolutely.
Let's see if he can try to size a move going into the main straight now.
And if I were Sainz, I'd be saving all my battery for this long straight. All of it. Half a second.
So,
Still half a second.
oh, okay,
3
going
tenths.
to open the RS now. Okay. Just not catching up, is he?
No, that Mercedes is too draggy.
What about on this straight then?
Ocon Hulkenberg pit, you idiots.
No, he's getting close, but it's not close enough.
This is where you find out Hulkenberg and Ocon have done a blinder. And what they actually did at the start of the race is the lights went out and they changed from mediums to hards on the grid. And it counts, you know, because they technically did a millimetre on the mediums or something.
Interesting.
I mean, if they were to start in their pit box, they could technically do that.
Yeah, this is getting a bit crazy. There's nothing going on. And they don't pit soon. Like, if they just keep low hanging for the safety car, then they're going to be in a tricky position. Oh, Hamilton is barely in the RS range.
Yeah. See, now he's catching, though, because I've got a feeling Sainz, when he knows he's far enough ahead, he stops engaging the electrical power. Ocon Hulkenberg pit, you idiots! Give me something to look at.
I mean, I think more surprising than that is the fact that neither Norris or Tsunoda managed to overtake them.
Well, they got no point. I mean, ahead of them is Russell by 20 seconds. They're just waiting for them to pit.
Yeah.
And Tsunoda's probably just sitting there waiting for the other two to go so he can have a go at Norris, who then won't have DRS.
Yeah.
He's just sitting and waiting.
And that AlphaTauri isn't necessarily the best, but isn't too bad on the straights. So
Max again.
they had
Bad wall. Slap. Bad wall. Slap. No, there's daylight. There's daylight between it. Only just.
did he even touch it? Oh, I don't think he did. He was very, very close though.
Alright, IQ 300. Crashgate. Magnussen or Gasly have an accident and cause a red flag. Or a safety car.
Can you imagine that?
I could.
Everyone would go for the softs, I think.
Yep.
At this point.
Yeah, if we see Gasly or Magnussen have a technical oopsie, I'm calling shenanigans. I wouldn't be too surprised if Max is hanging back now to recharge his batteries 100% and make sure he grabs a slap off Perez. Oh,
Yeah,
Gasly's got Sargent.
probably. Gasly overtook Sargent.
It's almost like I just said that.
Hmm?
Never mind. Bad
Sorry.
wall. Wall slap.
Ooh. It's another one for. Oh, that one might have been a bit rougher, actually. Ooh.
What?
Have you got any more power to give me at some stage? Well.
Leclerc's just gone for the fastest lap.
Oh?
Where did that come from?
Yeah, what? Was he saving his tires this whole time just to try and clinch the fastest lap away from the Red Bulls?
No, surely not. But maybe. Oh, I'm absolutely properly annoyed at Ocon and Hulkenberg now.
Yeah. I really don't know what they're doing.
They're goal hanging. That's all they're doing. It's like, it's safety car or no points.
Yeah.
Whereas if they'd have pitted 6 or 7 laps ago, they could have caught up.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so too. They could have.
I mean, realistically, what's it, 20 seconds? They would have come out behind probably where Gasly is now. But with soft tyres or medium tyres against the old hard tyres,
Yeah.
a second and a half a lap easily.
Yeah.
10 laps, there you go, there's 15 seconds.
Wait, did Bottas pit again, or is he really just that slow at the moment?
I think he's just that slow.
That's concerning.
He's probably had the leaders passing him in all over the places. Once you start getting lapped, the lap times go exponentially slower once you're getting out of everyone's way.
True. I bet that the drivers just can't wait for Audi to. I think they're going to start having some more influence in 2024. So
yeah, you hope so. I mean, for Bottas' sake, they needed to take over last year, not in a year or two's time from now. But yeah,
I'm not. I don't see any of the current lineup just being there when they actually transition to Audi.
so I mean, let's face it, Joe's probably got a bit of a shelf life to do with sponsorship money and whatnot. He's not particularly outdoing Bottas. Bottas isn't doing well. Neither of them are showing that they're absolutely epic talents.
And that's the thing. Like Joe isn't necessarily bad. He's consistent. He's been. He was also kind of done with like reliability issues. Oh, Norris finally made it past Hulkenberg.
Hey!
And yeah, just Bottas just really isn't being able to perform in that car. Which, to be fair, you really can't blame him much, can you?
No, I don't blame him at all.
Good.
Not even slightly. Yeah, so Hulkenberg's, he's hit the cliff now.
He hasn't got much battery left. Or he didn't have. Oh, that was a little bit of a mistake there. Okay.
Yeah, he's gone wide into the left-hander, wide out of the right-hander, and Norris is to cut back on him.
Surely Sonoda's gonna pass him.
You'd think so. Yeah, I mean, Norris is just gone, hasn't he?
Yeah. I do wonder how much faster they, how far ahead they could have been if they didn't get, if they didn't stay there for that long. What are they playing at? What are Ocon and Hulkenberg playing at? Ocon said it's getting darker. Are they expecting rain or anything?
No, surely not. I bloody hope not, anyway.
Then again, I don't think it would be raining that much that would justify like a tire change
No,
this
no.
close to the end.
No, you're thinking of our thing yesterday. I'll be honest with this one. I'm not even particularly feeling like doing a tier list for this one because it's just been. There's nothing going on to differentiate anyone other than Max and Perez.
Checo, yeah.
I think we could probably do it right now.
Hmm.
Alonso, Perez, Verstappen, B or A rank, everyone else,
Yeah.
C-ish.
Yeah, I'd probably put Alonso top of B just because I think he made at least 2 places or 3,
Yeah.
which was the highest amount apart from Hulkenberg and Ocon, which obviously like they didn't pit, so obviously they were gonna make all these positions, but they are losing them now. So Tsunoda's gone past him, Hulkenberg. And Piastri is probably going to be the next.
I'd imagine so.
Tsunoda, it was a shame really because he did so well in qualifying, but that car just isn't up to standards.
The one thing I can see from this is going to be the memes for Hulkenberg.
Yeah. And because at least Ocon is managing to have some sort of pace. Then again, I really don't know what they're playing at.
No, they needed to pit 10 laps ago. It's that simple.
Yeah.
So here comes the rest of the pack that are going to be passing Hulkenberg, which will be including his teammate.
I swear that like some of these teams just come up with such weird strategies.
Do you know what the penalty is for not changing your tyres?
Sorry?
Do you know what the penalty is for not changing your tyres during a race, like not using 2 compounds? It's never come up.
I'm not really sure if it's a disqualification or if it's just like a massive penalty. Let me check. Happens if you don't change. Max has got the fastest lap again.
44.5.
Yes, so they are disqualified from the race. Whoever doesn't pit is disqualified.
I don't think he's going to care. He's just going to be like, fine, disqualify me. I'm out of the points anyway.
Yeah. And Ocon as well. But what is Ocon playing at? Because he's still on the points.
He legitimately still hoping
Yellow.
for a safety car or a red flag.
I was
Yellow,
gonna say
sector
yellow
1.
flag sector 1. It could have been, but it wasn't.
No. If that had been a red flag or something like that, would have been IQ 5000.
Yeah. Sorry, just a heads up. I might actually have to leave as soon as the race ends.
No problem. This is a weird race, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Russell walked up into turn 1.
Oh, he's the one that went off then.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
How grumpy do you think Max is going to be? Or Yoss? Oh God, how grumpy is he going to be?
Oh, wait, Alonso fastest lap.
Well.
Okay. So Max had just set the fastest lap once again, and then Alonso just took it. Oh, Mercedes is pitting. So Russell gonna pit for softs, I believe.
Okay.
Well,
let's face it, he's got a 20-second gap to Ocon, or 23 and a half. Yeah. Even then, he's got to pit or be disqualified.
Yeah, Ocon surely has to pit now. Actually, not gonna pit. He's not gonna pit.
Surely not. Not a willful disqualification.
He went past the...
He hasn't pitted.
Yeah, he has to pit this lap then. He just can't go any further on the race.
Is he going to pit on the final lap?
Yeah. He has to pit on this lap, 50 going into 51.
Oh, I thought we were on to 51 now.
He has to pit now. Well done, Haas.
Hey, well Hulkenberg. And it's a slow
then the stop was slow as 6.4 seconds. Brilliant. What a pit stop.
Wait all day to have your pit stop and then it's slow. Perez, purple sector 2.
What a strategic masterclass from Haas today.
Ferrari B team.
You'll never see anything like this ever again. Oh man, what are they doing? What was Alpine playing at as well? Because they're probably gonna lose the... Yeah, they won't score any points. He's literally going to... So Ocon is literally going to finish probably just ahead of Hulkenberg. Well, almost over.
Depends where the timing beam for the stop is, doesn't it? I mean, if it's after the pit box, we can conceivably do. Oh!
What just happened there? Okay, just pitted for softs. What happened there? Why was everyone already at Pac Fermé? Okay, so there he goes. Checo win.
Checo wins.
Pretty good.
8 reporters nearly been mowed down, or FIA people. Well done, Perez.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there in the first place.
I know.
Oh, Alonso. He's not going to catch up to Leclerc, but he was getting close to him.
He did actually. I hadn't spotted that. Well done, Alonso. Well done, Leclerc too, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Verstappen got the fastest lap, but let's see if Russell can take it away from him. Hamilton is close to Sainz, but he's not gonna make it. Just not gonna make it. Yeah.
What's Russell
There it
doing
is.
for his lap times?
I'm trying to check that at the moment, but I can't.
Russell purple set to 1.
The page. So, disaster class for Haas and Alpine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alpine for me was the most disappointing team of the weekend. Yeah, Russell got the fastest lap.
Yeah,
as
43.3. Yeah.
Right. Albon not going to change anything from the rest. Yeah. Right.
Driver of the day, Perez. Fair enough.
Perez, yeah, not really too much of a surprise.
No. In all honesty,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, that's a weird Grand Prix. The only thing that's really happened during the entirety of it is a couple of the FIA people nearly getting run over.
Yeah. And flirting with the walls, basically.
Yeah, bad wall slap. Bad wall slap.
Honestly, I think Checo just. It was a great performance from him once again.
I've got to say though, Verstappen coming in first ahead of Perez into the pit lane around the track does smack to me of, I'm still the team leader, you'll follow me back to the pits.
He's probably mad at himself, Max. Especially because of what happened yesterday on the sprint. But honestly, Checo is a deserving winner, I think. Max wasn't just his usual self today on the race.
I would agree with
Nowhere
you.
near Checo.
I would absolutely agree with you on that.
Yeah. Right. And Alonso at the end. Maybe if he started attacking Charles a bit earlier, he probably could have got that podium. But still, pretty good performance from him since he started sixth. So had to make up a few positions. He was great on the restart.
He was. He dived down the inside of Sainz. Yeah, for me, driver of the day is between Alonso and Perez.
Yeah, I think they both deserve it. Then the Ferrari were, apart from Charles, even Charles, Ferrari was nowhere to be seen on the race.
Yeah. So I'm out on the lead and I'm passed. That was the end of it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm quite tempted to actually end the stream there because I don't think we need to do a breakdown of this one at all, other than the idiocy of the guys being in the pit lane.
Yeah.
And Haas and Alpine doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very weird. I think Alonso is glad that he left Alpine at this point.
Yeah, they used to do that a lot to him, didn't they? Would just chuck you on hard tyres and leave you out all of the race. They did it at Hungary last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Never mind. Right. I'm very tempted to say let's leave that there. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you for letting me join today.
Oh, thank you for being there. It's been a pleasure, but I'll be glad to see the back of Baku for another year.
Yes.
Next, Miami.
Miami, yeah.
We're
This time
going
for
to
Miami, there won't be fake marina. It will be true marina. They actually put water there.
Oh, that's when a sinkhole opens up and it all drains away.
Yes.
That'd be just about the luck, wouldn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, mate. And this has been Baku.
Yeah.
Thank goodness that's over.
Yes.
On to the next one. Laters.
Bye.